Hello everyone, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my 2021 vinyl collection video. Just a quick disclaimer before we get into the video, like 90% of this is Neil Diamond, so if you don't like Neil Diamond, there will be time codes in the description for when his stuff starts and when his stuff ends. Let's get into it. First, we have the Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle. This is a really good album. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but it's a really good album, and it is in pretty good condition. So that is the Steve Miller Band Fly Like an Eagle album. Next, we have Eliminator by ZZ Top. This is a very good album. My copy isn't in amazing condition, but it's pretty good. It's a really good album, definitely one of my favorites in my collection. I love ZZ Top. It has some very good songs on it, such as Give Me All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man, Legs, probably their top 3 most popular songs. It also has TV Dinners, which is one of my favorites too. It all pretty much sounds the same, but it's all very good. So that is ZZ Top's Eliminator album. Next, we have Soul to Soul by Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. This is also one of my favorite albums, and I'm very lucky because this copy is in very good condition. This has some really good songs on it, such as, obviously, honestly, they're all good. I like all of them, but I really like You'll Be Mine and probably Empty Arms, I guess. Those are both good, but this is a really good album and definitely one of my favorites. And the most I've ever paid for an album too, fun fact. So yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, Soul to Soul. Next, we have this weird Christmas album that I definitely did not mean to buy. It's called It's Christmas Time Again. It's a compilation with songs from all these different groups and individual singers. But I don't think it's fully appropriate, so I didn't really mean to buy it. I just saw Christmas when I was running out of the store and grabbed it to buy. I didn't run out with it, I bought it, obviously. But it has titles in it such as Santa Claus Wants Some Lovin', The Mistletoe and Me, and What Do the Lonely Do at Christmas. So if you don't know what I mean, you're probably not old enough to know what I mean. It's not very appropriate. Next, we have Back Where I Belong by the Four Tops. This is not my favorite album, but it's still okay. I like the Four Tops, and yeah, it's a pretty good album. Obviously, it has Back Where I Belong on it, which is a good song, and I also like Body and Soul, which is a good song. So overall, pretty decent album. Next, we have some trash music. This is Cruising by the Village People. This is probably their most popular album, only because it has the song YMCA on it. Honestly, I only bought this because of YMCA. I couldn't tell you about any other song on this album. So yeah. It's not very good because it's the Village People, but YMCA is good, so, and it's in pretty decent condition. So that is Cruisin' by the Village People. This here is one of my favorite albums in my entire collection, if not my favorite. This is Casey and the Sunshine Band, Part 3. Honestly, all of these are some bops here, just kidding. But I like Baby I Love You, Yes I Do. That's the first song on side 1. It's really good. Obviously everyone knows Shake, Shake, Shake Your Booty. Keep It Coming, I'm Your Boogeyman. They're all good. Wrap Your Arms Around Me. They're all good songs on this album. I don't think there's a bad song on this album, so this is definitely a really good album in my opinion. Next, we have Do You Wanna Go Party by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Honestly, I haven't really listened to any of this. So I don't really know, but I've got the feeling, and ooh, I like it. I know those are decent songs. So this is Casey and the Sunshine Band's Do You Want to Go Party? Next we have ESP by the Bee Gees. Unfortunately, it came like this. It came out of the dollar section. But honestly, this is an amazing album. I mean, I don't really like the Bee Gees, so I don't know why I have this. Obviously ESP is on here. Giving Up the Ghost. I mean, I don't really listen to this ever, so I don't know much about it, but that is ESP by the Bee Gees. Let me know if I should actually listen to this occasionally. Next we have this Best of the Bee Gees album. This is actually not a bad album here. Like, I can roll with this. Honestly, they're all good in my opinion. It Started as a Joke, Spicks and Specks, they're all pretty good. So overall, the Best of the Bee Gees is a decent album. We're getting into Neil Diamond now, and this is definitely the artist that I own the most of out of any other artists. So if you hate Neil Diamond, I will have a time in the description to where you can skip past the Neil Diamond. So yeah. Here we have 2 copies of Neil Diamond's Taproot manuscript. I believe this is the original here, the original pressing. I don't know much about pressings and stuff, but I believe this is the original one, and I know this here is a reissue of that, and it has all this inside. So yeah, 2 copies of Neil Diamond's Taproot manuscript, and to be honest, this is not my favorite album of his, but you know, it's not bad. Next we have Neil Diamond's 12 Greatest Hits Volume 2. Obviously it's a greatest hit, so you know most of it's going to be good. It's got Beautiful Noise, Hello Again, Forever in Blue Jeans, September Morn, which I think is definitely an underrated Neil Diamond song. Desiree, You Bring Me Fat Flowers, America, Be, Longfellow, Serenade, You Know I'm a Man, Yesterday Songs, and Love on the Rocks. So some known songs of his in there. But yeah, Neil Diamond 12 Greatest Hits Volume 2. Definitely a good Neil Diamond album. Next we have this Neil Diamond Classics album, which is some of his earlier stuff. It has Kentucky Woman, which is honestly probably my favorite Neil Diamond song, maybe. Solitary Man, Cherry Cherry, You Got Me, or You Got To Me. Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon, Thank the Lord for the Nighttime. I'm a Believer, great song. I found that a lot of people, maybe I'm dumb, but a lot of people don't know that Neil Diamond wrote the song I'm a Believer, which is most of the time sung by the Monkees, Shiloh. So this is a pretty good album, Neil Diamond Classics, the early years. Next we have Primitive, which is not Neil Diamond's best album, and I really don't like it. So honestly, don't know much to say other than Sleep With Me Tonight and some other very appropriate song titles are in this album. And yeah, it's not a very good album. Next we have what I think is probably the best Neil Diamond album and is 100% my favorite, and that is Shiloh by Neil Diamond. It has Shiloh, Kentucky Woman, good song. Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon, You Got to Me, Monday Monday, Cherry Cherry, Solitary Man, I'm a Believer, which the I'm a Believer on this one, it is good. Thank the Lord for Nighttime and I'll Come Running. This is definitely Neil Diamond's best album in my opinion. So that is Shiloh. Next we have Moods by Neil Diamond, which I think is a pretty good album. It's got Song Sung Blue, Porcupine Pie, High Rolling Man. It's got good songs on it, and I definitely listen to this one occasionally. So I have that, and this just has a blank sleeve, and then this I got out of a dollar bin somewhere, which has the record and just an end sleeve for the inside. So yeah, 2 Neil Diamond Moods, even though one is just the sleeve. We have Neil Diamond and The Singer Sings His Song, which I think is definitely a good album. Probably not my favorite, but it's okay. Decent Neil Diamond album, and yeah, that is Neil Diamond and The Singer Sings His Song. Just a little side note, if you can't tell at this point, I'm trying to collect all the Neil Diamond albums. That's why there's like 50. Next, we have Neil Diamond's music that was in movies. So this is the soundtrack to Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which I have never seen, but I know that the cover of this album is dang pretty. I mean, just look at it. It looks pretty good. This was $1, which I think is a decent deal. And I really like the inside because it has this white letter on white back, and it just has about the movie and some lyrics and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool looking. So that is the soundtrack to Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And then next we have the soundtrack to The Jazz Singer, which I've also never seen, but I bet it's a good movie, and because the album is good. Both of these albums are good, but I would say if I had to pick one, it would be The Jazz Singer that I prefer, but they're both great albums. Next we have Headed for the Future by Neil Diamond, which is definitely not his best album in my opinion. I don't find myself listening to this too much, but I really like the song Stand Up for Love, which is on it, but I don't really find myself listening to this album that much, so yeah. Next we have Neil Diamond Gold, which was recorded live. I think this is a really good album. I find myself listening to it a lot. It has Sweet Caroline, Holy Holy, Brothers Love Traveling Show, Solitary Man, Cherry Cherry, Thank the Lord for the Nighttime, Kentucky Woman, and Both Sides Now. All good songs, and definitely a good album. Next we have Touching You, Touching Me by Neil Diamond, which I believe came before Sweet Caroline came out. You hear those words in Sweet Caroline. Maybe not, maybe it came after, I really don't know, but this is an okay song, or okay album in my opinion. I don't really find myself listening to it too much, but it's definitely a decent album. Next we have Shiloh by Neil Diamond, or not Shiloh, Velvet Gloves and Spit, my bad. This is a decent album. It has Shiloh, Practically Newborn, Merry-Go-Round, all good songs, Honey Dippin' Times. Definitely not his most popular album, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. Next we have Stones by Neil Diamond, which is a pretty decent album in my opinion. It has some good songs on it, such as Crunchy Granola Suit, I Am I Said, Reprise, I Am I Said, The Last Thing on My Mind, Husband and Wife, Suzanne, all good songs and a pretty good album. Next we have Rainbow by Neil Diamond, which I really don't like that much. So yeah, has Mr. Bojangles, pretty good song on it. Yeah, that is Rainbow by Neil Diamond. Next we have all three Hot August Night Neil Diamond albums, 1, 2, and 3. I believe 3 is the most recent that was recorded in 2012. These are all good albums, of course. I believe they have pictures from the shows that are live. And yeah, they're all very good. They're basically just concerts with all of his most popular songs at them, so they're all very good. I'd say I really like the third one. He breaks into songs and you can definitely hear the audience in this one. The other two not as much, but I'd say my favorite Hot August Night is definitely the first. Next we have Neil Diamond, his 12 greatest hits. This is the Neil Diamond album I find myself listening to the most just because it's his greatest hits and I like them. It has Song Sung Blue, I Am I Said, Play Me, Brothers Love Traveling, Salvation Show, Suleiman, Sweet Caroline, Cracklin' Rosie, Shiloh, Holy Holy Stones, Brooklyn Roads, and Done Too Soon. So it's a good album in my opinion. And yeah, I definitely don't like the cover though because he is kind of staring you down. Next we have Beautiful Noise by Neil Diamond, which is a good album in my opinion. Definitely one of his better ones. I find myself listening to this occasionally. The inside's pretty cool. And it's pretty cool to me because this is who it belonged to. I guess it belonged to Kathy Gardine. She lived on 443 West Briar, apartment 1A in Chicago. So it'd be kind of cool. Or it's just kind of cool to me. But I mean, I know most people don't like a sticker, but you never know who Kathy was. Next we have probably Neil Diamond's worst, well, maybe not worst, it's okay. Desiree, God Only Knows, those are okay songs, but I'm Glad You're Here With Me Tonight, not the greatest album of his. I got this for a whopping 22 cents, so obviously it was an amazing album. Just kidding, but yeah, this is Neil Diamond, so I'm Glad You're Here With Me Tonight. Next we have literally the creepiest album I've ever seen, the cover. On the Way to the Sky by Neil Diamond. This definitely isn't his best album. I'm not a fan, really. I mean, I'll listen, honestly, if I say I'm not a fan, like, I'll listen to any of Neil Diamond's stuff because it all pretty much has a vibe to it. This isn't quite his normal stuff, so I kind of like it. It's pretty interesting. Next we have Serenade by Neil Diamond. Honestly, I'm really not a fan of this album. I mean, if I say I'm not a fan, I just mean it's not my favorite Neil Diamond album. Like, I will listen to all of it. I mean, I know I just said that. I find myself listening to this occasionally. And yeah, The Last Picasso, Yes I Will. I've Been This Way Before. All decent songs. Next we have one of my favorite Neil Diamond albums, September Morn. This is the last Neil Diamond album in this video, by the way. I love the song September Morn, Jazz Time, I'm a Believer. This has the slower version of I'm a Believer on it. So yeah, all good songs on a good album. Now it's time for some country. So this is The Best Is Yet to Come by Johnny Duncan. I didn't know who Johnny Duncan was, but I was just digging through the dollar bins at this record store in Ohio, which I didn't know who it was, but I could just tell by the cover that this was going to be a good album, and indeed I was right. This is a wonderful album. And I definitely, if I see any more Johnny Duncan, I will buy it just because this album is so good. Other than that, I don't really know much about him, but I know that this is amazing. And I would buy more Johnny Duncan. Next, we have some Statler Brothers albums. Here we have the Statler Brothers Sing Country Symphonies in E major, which is pretty beat to pieces, as you can see. But it's pretty good. This is like it's almost like a symphony. Like it's like a symphony, but it's pretty good in my opinion. Well, it's good. This is kind of an oddball album, but it is pretty good in my opinion. Next we have The Best of the Statler Brothers. I see this album, like, honestly, every time I go to the record store. It's such a good album, and I really love it. It's just like, all their greatest hits, and it's so good. I really, really like Class of 57 and Bed of Roses, Carry Me Back. They're all good songs. Do you remember these? All good songs. So that is the Statler Brothers' greatest hits. Next we have the Statler Brothers Pardoners, and rhyme, not partners, Pardoners. This is a really good album. I really like it. You Don't Wear Blue So Well, Hello Mary You, Memory Lane, all good songs, and I really like this album. Plus, the covers and the back covers pretty interesting compared to their other two. Next, we have The Very Best of the Statler Brothers. A different, like, that's the same name as the other one. But yeah, this is a pretty good album. Ignore the way I just pulled that out of the sleeve. I promise I know what I'm doing. But this one's also very good, except the cover's pretty dang lame. But yeah, good album. Next we have T.G. Sheppard's Greatest Hits. Honestly, I know nothing about this album because I don't ever really listen to it. I listened to it once to say that I've listened to it, and I remember nothing about it other than I didn't really like it. So that's T.G. Sheppard's Greatest Hits. Next we have Boogie Woogie Countryman by Jerry Lee Lewis. Definitely one of my favorite albums that I own because it's like a nice mix between country and like 50s rock. So it's really good. Obviously I like Boogie Woogie Countryman, and I can still hear music in the room. I'm Still Jealous of You, Remember Me, I'm the One Who Loves You. All good songs. That is the Boogie Woogie Countryman by Jerry Lee Lewis. Next we have The Foundation by the Zac Brown Band. My only record, actually I bought 2 records new. It's just a really good album. Toes, Whatever It Is, Where the Boat Leaves From, Violin Intro to Free, Chicken Fried. I have a review of this album on my channel if you want to see it. And this is definitely a great album. Next we have Hank Williams Jr. Wild Streak. This is a decent album in my opinion. Don't worry, the back isn't something dark. It's the logo off of a gun because we're country here. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is a pretty good album. Next we have some Hank Williams. These are both compilations, I believe. Maybe not. This is The Immortal Hank Williams, and this is 14 more of Hank Williams' Greatest Hits, which is in pretty disgusting condition. And I don't ever really listen to these, but sometimes I do. Next we have this Dolly Parton and George Jones album. One side is Dolly, one side is George. They're both good songs. I like Dolly Parton singing Honky Tonk Angels. They're all pretty good. This, of course, isn't the greatest song or like greatest album of all time, but yeah, it's pretty good. Next we have another one of my favorite albums, Here You Come Again by Dolly Parton. It's a pretty cool album and it's in great condition. Of course, as the hit song Here You Come Again, you know, probably my favorite Dolly Parton song. The rest are sometimes inappropriate, but you know, I can roll with them. But yeah, it's a pretty good album. Next we have Great Balls of Fire by Dolly Parton. I got this new, unopened for $7. It's not her greatest album, and I got terrified. Just the thought of it makes me about gag. I'm actually terrified to even listen to this because when I bought it, I opened it up and the entire inside spine was dead bugs. So, kind of terrified to listen to this, but you know, I can roll with it. Next we have Kenny Rogers, Love Is What We Make It. This is a very good album, and I love to listen to me some Kenny Rogers. This is in great condition, and it's a good album. A Stranger in My Place, Born to Love Me, Love Is What We Make It, all good songs. Next we have The Headquarters by the Monkees. I just bought this because it was a Monkees album. That's the only reason why. I listened to it and honestly it has that Monkees sound to it. Definitely not my favorite in the world, but yeah, it's a decent album. Next we have Frankie Valli Solo. I love Frankie Valli so much. I want more of his albums. This is the only one I own. It's very good. Can't Take My Eyes Off You, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore, You're Gonna Hurt Yourself, My Funny Valentine. All these are good songs, and this is a good album, although the cover is very stupid. It's just the four, I guess these are the Four Seasons holding Frankie Valli on like a dinner platter, so kind of dumb, but oh well. Don't know what they were on when they made this. Next we have the Best of the Beach Boys. This is a good album. I listen to this all the time. It has the Beach Boys on the front. This is just a compilation, so obviously it's not like the most attractive album cover in the world. Has Surfin' USA, probably their most famous song, Surfer Girl, In My Room, Fun, 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 Little Honda, all this. Has Louie Louie, which if you're in band, in marching band, you've played it. So yeah, pretty good album. And it's kind of sad. The Beach Boys were kind of cuckoo, if you've ever seen the movie about them, or at least that's what my friend and my parents told me, is that they were a little strange. So that is the Best of the Beach. Next we have this Motown Winners Circle #1 hits. It's just a compilation, but I kind of like it because it has a nice variety. Diana Ross and the Supremes, Love Child, Stevie Wonder, Four Tops are on there. Martha Reeves, The Temptations, all these good people on one album. Although, you know, still not the greatest thing ever. It cost me $1, so I bought it. Apparently there's 4 volumes of this. It'd be kind of cool to get them in order. I don't know if there's any more, but we'll see. And lastly, we have probably the dumbest album in my whole collection. This is the Family Library of Beautiful Listening, Marches of All Nations. I bought this for 99 cents. This collection has some other things. I bought it because it was a box set for 99 cents. When you open it, it's kind of cool. It has this very cool little booklet about some of the marches. Some of these are John Philip Sousa marches, which if you're in band, you've played something by them. There are 3 LPs in here, and I would never listen to any of this. I mean, it's band marches, like who's gonna listen to it unless you're like into that sort of thing. But I listened to it, well, I mean, I listened to it once, just to say I have. And I bought it because it was $1 and it was a box set, and it's kind of weird. So, you know, why not? That is, it's just weird. That's all I know. That's the reason I bought it. It's because it's weird. That is the last album in my collection. And that's it. That is my vinyl collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.